Power, speak a little louder.
If there was a pill
Hungry for that money, I'm coming to devour.
that could give you 5 minutes
Spit it so they get it. I'm embedded with the power.
of pure power,
I'm embedded with the power.
would you take it?
I'm trying to breathe. Your girl is suffering. But hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited for today's video because I finally get to talk about this movie that I seen weeks ago. And I'm just now talking about it because I was too lazy to film. I just did not feel good. It was just bad. But I'm here now. So the movie I'm talking about today is Project Power. Now there's so many good things about this movie. I had very low expectations for this movie. Going in, I just wanted to watch something while I ate my dinner, like I've done every day since March. And so I had low expectations, but I was blown away and I absolutely enjoyed myself, genuinely. So let's get into it. So first off, I love the cast. Courtney B. Vance had a very small role. Girl, breathe. Oh my goodness. He had a very small role, but he still played his role very well. Obviously, we have Jamie Foxx. We have Jordan, what's his name? Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Okay, period. That man, I fell in love with him. I fell in love with him from inception. I don't know why. I just thought he was the cutest little charming thing. And we have the talented Dominique Fishback. Fun fact, her first time rapping was for the movie. And I would have never known. That's so cool. And also Chica was in the movie. She was her friend. So yeah, that was really fun. And so I really enjoyed the Black representation in this film. There were so many dark-skinned, beautiful people in this film, and they weren't in stereotypical roles. Sure, the girl was from a ghetto in Las Vegas, I think. But it wasn't a very stereotypical story in stereotypical roles, but it was just kind of real without being rude, if that makes sense. And so I had a great time. Jamie Foxx's daughter was Black. I said, oh my god, who would have guessed? That's all shade to Jamie Foxx. But he does what he has to do. I may not agree with that man, but he does what he has to do. And every role he plays, he does it very, 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 very well. And one day he's gonna get it together. We're gonna be on the same page. But I really enjoyed the representation. I had so much fun watching them, and they were all very good with each other. They had very good comedic timing, and they just had very good chemistry. That's the word I'm looking for. They had very good chemistry, and it wasn't too forced. Whew, first of all, this concept, because I just got into BioShock in August, late August, early September, before I watched the movie, and I had just finished watching an analysis video of BioShock. And if you don't know what BioShock is, it's basically a video game where this guy creates an underwater city, and people, there's no god, no kings, it's just people, just living, just man. And so then there's this chemical that gets introduced to the group, and it gives people superpowers. And everyone has a different superpower almost. I think there's maybe 5 types. But it makes them addicted to it, and it kind of turns them crazy. And so BioShock was actually really good. I suggest you play it, watch it. It's actually very, very interesting. But this reminded me of BioShock because the people are taking the pills, and they're getting superpowers from them, and everyone's power is different, and they're all kind of based on animals and evolution. I also appreciated that it was a science fiction action featuring Black characters because I love sci-fi, I love the alien movies, I love Avatar, I love so many science fiction movies. Anyway, I would need more Black people and Black women in science fiction. Hello? Does it have to be me? Okay, because I will break out my acting boots. But no, y'all don't want to see me on there. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed that. I thought that was so cool, but also they took it up a notch where they said you could take the pill and you could get superpowers. and you could be like this super villain or superhero, or you could die and just blow up. And so I don't know what the percentage was, but people do take the pill and blow up in the film. And I just thought that was like crazy because like I asked myself the same question. I said, would I risk my life for superpowers? And I don't even know what they are. Like, I don't get to choose them. So I'm like, girl, I don't know. I might get something stupid. I don't know. So I was just like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I also thought the soundtrack was really good. Dominique's character, I forgot her name. It wasn't Red. I forgot her name, but it was so long ago I saw this movie. But I really liked her freestyle. I don't know if that was on the soundtrack, but I do know Nipsey and Curtis Mayfield and Lil Wayne and Tupac. Not Lil Wayne and Tupac. Oh my goodness. 2 Chainz. What did I drink today? The music fit the scenes. Like, it fit the characters, it fit the scenes, and that's something that you don't get. Sometimes they put in black characters just so they can use a random hip-hop song, and I'm like, baby, this don't even match. What are you doing? I'm like, can you get it together? Because you just want it to be cool. That was for the trailers. That's what it was. Also, the shower scene with Joseph's character was hilarious. I was like, I was not expecting it. I expected a fight to go down. But, like, it was so funny to me. I was just like, blue. I like, LOL, like, oh my goodness, that was so funny to me. I also love that in a lot of like action movies where there's a little girl and a main guy as the protagonists, they kind of make it sexual. They kind of make it like just a little hinting, and I don't appreciate that because I feel like that's giving a bad, like just a bad look for kids, for adults. Like, it's just, I don't want to see a kid into an adult like that. That's weird. So I love that she wasn't over-sexualized. I was that she wasn't sexual at all. She was just a kid trying to help her mother and trying to get through this thing called school and this thing called life. And I really appreciated it. And I also appreciated that there were no romantic situations throughout the whole film. If you know me, which y'all don't, I do not do romance films. I'm sorry, like, I can't get into them. They're stupid. It's the same thing that happens every single time. I'm like, why am I watching this? Just for y'all to get together at the end. This is a romance movie. We know it's gonna happen. You're not gonna play with me. I'm sorry. I also enjoyed the Henrietta Lacks commentary in the film. They were using Jamie Foxx's daughter for more experiments, or trying to like produce the pill more or something like that. I forgot what her power was. I think it was healing. And Henrietta Lacks is a woman whose cells were stolen from her without her consent or her family's consent. And because of those cells, there has been so many advancements in the medical field, and her family has not been compensated. People really don't know the story, and I feel like there should be an outrage, because how are you gonna steal somebody's cells from them? Like, it seems small, but I feel like there's a line that science sometimes crosses, and that's not okay. But I really did enjoy that, because I do feel like people who will watch this movie on Netflix will be made aware of the injustices that happened to Henrietta Lacks, and like, I think that's great. It was a very small part, but it was very impactful, at least to me. Was my highlight popping? Period. I also feel like it was a commentary on drugs, like the baseline. Like, I try to find the underlying theme and underlying message of all these like crazy movies. And even though it was a sci-fi action thriller on the top, it was also a story about a father's love for his daughter. And also a story, I think, of drug commentary. Like, some people take it and they feel powerful, and other people take it and they die the first time, like, or they get addicted and their life is over. And I feel like that's a good message to portray, because drugs may seem appealing. I really love this movie. Rating it is going to be difficult, because I don't want to give it 5 out of 5 stars, but I don't want to give it 4 out of 5 stars, if that makes sense. Like, it was a really good movie. It was really funny. We didn't have a white savior complex. We didn't have the white man comes and saves the day again, or anything like that. We also had a female villain. I thought that was kind of cool. And yeah, but I don't know how to rate it, but I really enjoy this movie, and I suggest everyone watches it. I suggest it be in the catalog, because we do not have a lot of sci-fi action movies that are unproblematic for the culture. I kind of want to get into the Blade movies, but I'm scared because I do not do vampires. I don't do vampires, demons, clowns, zombies, unless it's Walking Dead, Telltale. Ooh, I'm sweating. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you watched the movie, and if you have, I hope you enjoyed the movie as well. And I will see you on the next video.